Fulfillment by Amazon reports. In this video we're going to have a look at some further reports, and underneath the business reports we looked at in the previous video we're now going to have a look at fulfillment by Amazon reports. Now this is all about the products you have in stock and Amazon's reports in relation to them. Now are quite a few, so I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what you need to look at here. You can go through first of all to inventory, and it will give you, depending on whether you have any dangerous products, your restock inventory, which is Amazon's suggestion of when you should restock your products and by how much, and that will be based on your previous sales data. In my experience, that has often been overstated because they want to have everything or as much products as they can in stock. So just go by your own metrics as per we looked at in the last reports video. Stranded inventory, and that will look at things that have perhaps been returned to you or have been marked as defective, and you can click on there and it will show you a list of your stranded inventory. You can either have those destroyed or returned to you, and that will be at a cost which will be dictated on the page depending on where you're selling. I suggest you get all the products returned to you instead of destroyed if you possibly can, and the reason for that is Amazon will often mark things as defective which aren't, and they're absolutely fine. They haven't even been opened or used, so you could perhaps send those back in if they were in a brand new condition. Pan-European eligibility, that is for those selling in Europe and you want to actually have your product spread out across the different European marketplaces as opposed to being stored in your home page. These ones aren't as relevant, so we're going to skip down to the sales section. These are different things that you can sign up to, like outlet deals is a new thing. Subscribe and save performance, that's another thing that you can sign up to for some cheaper items, and you can sign up to be in like the small and light category. And Amazon fulfilled shipments, as well as orders. There's loads more there, and that's essentially what you're going to get there. I won't go through them individually because we do have some more important ones which I'm going to go on to in this video. That will be similar to the business reports we looked at in the previous video. Payments, this can be useful because it will take you through the payments that you've made to Amazon, and you can get a breakdown of things like your monthly storage fees and your long-term storage charges, which we often can be ignored because people just take into consideration the fees associated with each sale, but they forget that there is a monthly storage fee, and if your products sit there for a long time, which is why I say be careful with the amount that Amazon suggests you send in, you can get really hit hard with long-term storage fees, and they can be really quite hefty per product, to be honest. So I think it's if your products sit there for more than 6 months, depending on when you send them in, then you can get hit with a long-term storage fee, which is much more than a standard monthly storage fee. One that I will look at here is reimbursements, and the reason for that is because you quite often will get an email come through to say you've had a reimbursement from Amazon, but you don't know why. It might be from a return, or it might be something that was due to be returned to you that didn't. They can sometimes damage things in the warehouse and they will pay you for it. So all I want you to do is just, if you get sent the email, they'll send you a reimbursement ID. Just copy and paste that into here and click generate report, and it will show you what it is. Or if you don't have that, you can have a look at things like your SKU, so the actual product SKU. You can type that in there and it will show you any reimbursements you've had in relation to that product, and you can select a date, time, and I think it would be in the last 365 days. You can also click into the actual orders. If you've got an order you know has been returned but you're not sure if you've been reimbursed for it, you can copy and paste the order ID in there and you can get that back. So that's something I would suggest keeping a keen eye on, because you can in fact save a lot of money, and if you're really hot on it you can make sure that you are getting refunded for everything that you should be and save a lot of money there. Another thing is returns, something you want to try and keep down, but you can again go through. It will be similar to reimbursements, but this will perhaps show you might not get paid for it because they may say it's defective. Everything that's returned from a customer. Things such as removal orders are linked into products that are being found, as we've seen previously, that have been stranded. You might want to have those returned to you, so you can have the customer returns returned to you, and that's where it will show you can do that on the removal orders. Removal order details will give you some more detail on what is actually being returned. And then if you sign up to it, you can be enrolled in Amazon's tax report servicing, and they'll give you a breakdown of how much, for example, in the UK, how much value added tax you'll be looking to pay on the orders that you have made on Amazon. So that's something you can sign up to, and you can get all of those within the reports and then fulfilled by Amazon reports.